Tumblr and YouTube. This is ScalesTails here, and I am doing my Faces of Fishblr videos that I've been unfortunately putting off for a little while just because things keep getting in the way, but I got my new fancy camera, so now I'm going to be doing these. So let's get right away because I have 2 weeks to cover because I took so long. So we're going to do the first one. So the first video, the first prompt is, what is your URL, Fishblr, or main Tumblr, or both? So I actually have a lot of blogs. I don't know if you guys know how many I have, and but my Fishblr blog is ScalesTails. That's the URL, but the full blog name is ScalesTails Wings and Things. But that wouldn't fit. So my other blog, which is my I reblog just silly things on there. I've been trying to be a little bit more active with personal things so I don't clog up ScalesTails, but it's HAHAH Tamer. I'm a admin on Fish Community, which is very exciting, and that's a new thing for me, so I'm trying very hard to be active on there as well. I started a beta advice blog that I never actually made any posts on or anything like that. I was going to look for admins for that one and just browse the beta tag and go and help people with better problems. But I think ScalesTails and Ask ScalesTails are kind of doing that well enough. So it brings me to my other blog, which is Ask ScalesTails, which I got so many questions on ScalesTails that I had to make my own Ask blog for just pet advice stuff. So that one's a little stressful because I get a lot of messages on there a lot, and I have to get through them every couple of days, or I really should be doing them every day, but I forget. So yeah. I think I have 40 messages on there right now, and then I have 10 on ScalesTails. So it's like a full-time job. Not a full-time, like a part-time job. So then I have Scary Busey. I don't know if anyone here knows about it, but I like to take pictures of Gary Busey and manipulate them and call them Scary Buseys. And I don't do it very much anymore, but scarybusey.tumblr.com, all my creations, mostly, there's a couple reblogs, but they're really hard to find because people don't usually do that kind of thing. So that exists. And I think that's it. So question number 2 is, what should we call you by? And Tumblr has taken to calling me Scales, which is fine. I like that. But I've been debating as to whether or not I want people to start calling me just Vicky, because my name is Victoria. But Scales has kind of caught on so much that I think I'm going to just stick with Scales. That's fine. If you're ever tagging me in anything, obviously you use my URL, but that's fine. But if anyone wants to call me Vicky, that's fine as well. So question number 3 is, how old are you? I am 24. Yeah, so I think I'm a little bit older than a lot of the Fishblr people. I think I've noticed in the fish chat and stuff that everybody's a little bit younger than me. So that happens. What tanks do you have? So I really should have been a lot shorter with the answers to those other questions because I have a lot of tanks. I have a lot of tanks. So I have 3 2-gallon tanks. Almost all my tanks are planted. So I have 3 2-gallons, 2 in the kitchen, 1 in my bedroom, and they are all betta tanks, just planted betta tanks. I have 3 10-gallons. I didn't realize I had 3 until I was counting them, but I have 1 saltwater tank, which is just live rock and a teddy bear crab. I have a 10-gallon newt tank for my fire-bellied newt Saul, which has gotten a little bit of attention recently, which is nice because I think people forget that I have him. And then I have a divided 10-gallon. It's a planted, divided one for 2 bettas. Then I have 2 20-gallon tanks. I have this one right behind me, which I like a lot because I've been putting a lot of effort into making it planted and pretty and just really nice. So I've been trying to be a lot, get into aquascaping a little bit more, which I'm really bad at. But I've been able to keep plants alive, just not good at making them look nice, like all of you guys have really pretty tanks. So this is me trying to do that. Although I can't get my S-Reppins to carpet at all. It just stays there, tiny little things. I don't think anyone even knows it's in there. But my Ludwigi is doing really nice, my swords are doing nice, but those are easy, so. But then I have a 20-gallon in the basement, and that's actually a big tub with the rescue goldfish in there. And I think everybody's familiar with them, but if not, my fiance's mom works at Walmart and gave me a phone call and said that all of their goldfish were dying and that they were going to throw them all away. Live goldfish they were going to throw away. So we rushed over there, and there were like 80 of them, and they were dying and sick, and I spent so much effort and time in trying to rehabilitate them, and I was only managed to save, at this point, 7 of them are left. Shout out to Lil Foxtrot for sending me a huge amount of fish supplies with them, for them, which was fantastic, and that was one of the reasons why any of them survived. So that's really awesome, and I do have a home lined up for them, which I hope that goes through. Most of the fish are doing really well. I think I have 2 that are still a little not quite as good as they should be doing, but everybody else is looking really good. And then I have a turtle tank. It's a 75-gallon. My stupid turtle is in there. I love him, but he's... If you've ever had turtles, they cost you a lot of money, and they're just stupid. No, he's really cool. He's 15. My fiance actually rescued him from the wild. For some reason, there was a lot of like toxins in the river or whatever, and they took him home, and I took over his care when I moved in with him. So he's in a 75 by himself. That's my next project, is making that look very nice. But that concludes the Faces of Fishblr video number 1, week 1. So in my next video, I will go over week 2, even though it's been a long time since the questions originally came out. I'm going to go over them anyway. So that's it. So I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.